Hello everyone, welcome back. Not Ever here as we continue with Army Group Center on turn 10 of our War in the East campaign. We have managed to push almost into Smolensk, but they still hold us back a little bit. They're refusing to give up the city. It looks like though from last turn they've retreated some of their rifle divisions from the city, which is right here, and they've replaced it with only a security division. So we should be able to take the city this turn. If we don't, it's a true embarrassment for ourselves, and we should be really ashamed of what we've done. And by we, of course, I mean I should be ashamed. Elsewhere, it looks like things are going about as well as could be, but I noticed down here, you can see, well, it might be, well, that's fine. These guys, these railways are currently damaged, and the reason for that is partisan activity, which you can see over here. This little Soviet unit has shown up on the map. I believe those are partisans. They show up during the game, and their only real reason for existing in life is to create havoc on your lines and trying to cause damage to railways and infrastructure, so it's harder for you to move supplies to the front line. I think if we move up here, they should disappear. Yes, so he disappears. He can't really, we don't fight about it or anything. He just goes away. He's dispersed back into the woods or from wherever he came. And now, hopefully, next turn, our lines will be repaired here. It looks actually like, I don't know if it's going to repair on its own. I'm not actually very familiar with it. So if we, I mean, it's telling me here, the orange tells me that it's probably going to repair. It says it's damaged by 2 and by 4. So I feel like that would repair automatically. But what I can do is I can take this FBD and move it down here and repair the railway itself. Because right now I can't repair the railway up ahead. As you can see here, this is grayed out or whited out or whatever that is. And the reason for that is because there's not a consistent railway network. So I'm going to move him back here for now, and we'll just go ahead and repair that, and we'll repair this one here. So even if it would have repaired on its own, at least this way we'll know for sure that it will be repaired this turn, or next turn. It'll be repaired next turn. And so something I'm going to have to do is I'm going to withdraw my security units and bring them kind of closer to the railway lines over here, just so we can make sure that we don't lose anything on our railways again, so we don't lose supplies that we could have gotten to the front line by having them cut off by these terrible, terrible partisans that are trying to save their precious country from ourselves. So we're going to now take a look at the east here, the eastern flank, and it looks like they haven't really been able to do anything. We also have this envelopment here. They weren't able to escape that, but otherwise the front basically stabilized again. We pushed them back a little bit more, and we were able to basically just get back to the old positions we had there when we were over towards Mogilev. So it looks like what's happening right now is we're kind of spreading out along this front. I think what I'm going to do is start taking my panzers from down here and moving them up this way so we can have a final push, or maybe not even that way. Maybe I'll just take them over this way like this, try and get behind their lines and send these panzers up this way as well. So we can go towards Moscow and direct all of our energy and all of our attacks towards that city. It looks like right now what's happening is we're just spreading out, and it's really working to the advantage of the Soviets as it's wasting our manpower and it's wasting our time. We take a look at the losses. You can see that we still have only inflicted about 1 million casualties on the Soviets, just over 1 million. They've inflicted only 170,000 on us, and we've disabled, or we've had about 125,000 of those have been wounded, and about 50,000 have been killed. Elsewise, for the Soviets, they've lost in captures. They've had almost what's that, 700,000 captured, just over that. And then for disabled, they've had over 300,000 captured, almost 400,000 actually. So we've dealt some damage to them in manpower, but it's not enough. It's not nearly what it should be, I think, from what I've heard. So we're going to have to do our best here to try and get as many envelopments as possible, and hope that we can pull this out. Like I say every single turn. We'll try and bring these guys over here now. So what I wanted to do last video, I was talking about stabilizing or shortening this line here with the 9th Army Group, the green guys, just by being able to shorten the army as much as possible and kind of relieve some of the forces from Velkie Luki, so we could send those to the north. So instead of having these guys here, they could go up north, and we could bring some of these guys and straighten them out along the length of that line there, and then kind of collapse in towards Moscow from the north-ish, or just the west even. But that looks like we don't quite have enough troops. I mean, we could split up some of these regiments, or split up some of these divisions into regiments, but I just don't think that's going to work so well. But if you will notice here, we didn't actually do a recon yet this turn. I should probably do that. But it looks like the line up here is weaker than it is elsewhere in the Soviet lines. So down here you can see that they have a kind of a defense in depth doctrine. They have a couple forces over here that have a couple hexes back, and up here there are a couple hexes back. Even down here, a couple hexes back. But up in the north, where the Ninth Army is mostly based, you can see that it, from based on our observations and stuff, this could be a good place to break out. The forest will kind of slow us down a little bit, but maybe if we can bring some panzers up here and try and attack over this way, it might be to our advantage. So this turn we're going to start moving up our Ninth Army a little bit over there. We're going to withdraw some of our panzers here if we can. I think we're going to do it from this army down here, the 2nd Panzer Group. These blue people, light blue, teal people. Sorry. We'll withdraw some of these guys over there as well. I think these guys, the 3rd Panzer Group, these ones that are in the lime green color, are too entrenched right now in combat. So we're going to have to withdraw the other ones. Unless we can get some more of these, what is this, the 4th Army? Yeah, the 4th Army in there. Maybe let's see. Let's try that right now. Actually, let's see if we can get some of the 4th Army forces in there to hold the line a little bit here. So move some of these guys in here. Pull these guys out. Bring them up that way. This one we'll bring in there. This one we'll try and bring... Oh, can't quite get him in there. Okay. Interesting. Maybe if we go and we try and attack here on... I feel like this is not going to work, but it might work. Let's try it out. Let's see what happens. Oh, he's going to retreat. Okay, nice. Now, is that going to give us the movement we need to bring up? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's take these guys out. We'll pull them out here. I'll bring them up to the north. And finally, this Panzer Division over here. We will also withdraw up north towards Smolensk. We might have to leave some of these elements of the regiments, the 26th Infantry Division, and might even have to reassign them to the 7th Corps so they can remain behind here to help out. The only problem with that is to be taking away from the panzers what they need to help break through the lines. So if we take away some of those infantry, they won't be able to be as effective in the original breakthrough during a line. This one we can probably get rid of, or take him out of the line at least. We'll leave the infantry regiment there. Let's move him up there. This one we'll also bring in if we can. These guys up here. Oh, this is the 4th Army there. We don't need to move him right now. We can probably move this one in here as well. I think we'll leave then, like we were talking about, we'll leave the entire 2nd Panzer Group into the line right now. They don't need to be pulled out. They are probably fine the way they are. Move him over there and move this one in here. There we go. But I mean, if we can pull them out, we might as well try and get them into a better spot. The 9th, maybe? What am I trying to say? The 29th Motorized Division here, maybe we'll bring them up. I don't know where to put them though. That's the only problem. I'm trying to figure out, because I don't know where exactly I want to put this Panzer Corps yet for the 2nd Panzer Group. I think I would like to keep them kind of in the center. Maybe I should bring this guy up at least. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe we'll draw all these guys up here, and we'll kind of re-prepare, resupply for whatever is about to come next. Sorry, I have the worst memory when it comes to these things. I used to be really good at memory, that game, like memorization games when I was a little kid, but now my memory has gotten so bad in recent times. It's embarrassing. And we'll bring the 4th Panzer back that way. Let's try and pull him out of the line here. I don't know where to put this guy over here. Also, I don't want to give up that terrain across the river. So before we do that, let's try and break through Smolensk here. We might be able to take it. Oh, they have a fort there, don't they? Yep, level 3 fort. Ouch, what a waste that was. Okay, well, now we're in some trouble. Now we got to attack with 2 regiments. Do they even have anything to help out? Can we assign a... Nope, nothing there we can assign. Can we assign anything to this division down here? Please let me assign something. A Pioneer Battalion is better than nothing. Let's assign 2 Pioneer Battalions. And let's hopefully try a 3-pronged attack here on the city. Mouse. Come on, mouse. There we go. Oh, reduced it to level 2, but we could not force them out. Oh, wait, the attack's not done yet. Ah, there it goes. All right, nice. So it took a lot of forces, attacks with over 56,000 men, but we did manage to force them out of Smolensk. So huzzah, it is finally done. Finally, it is done. Let's move in there, and we'll move this one up here. So let's go ahead and pull that Panzer out of the line. Move him up over here. And this HQ we can bring up here as well. Bring up this motorized division, and this guy's really out of position, but I might have to bring him into the line here. Actually, we can do that. We can put this guy in there, and then we'll take the tank out, put him up here as well. There we go. So how these guys are doing pretty good for equipment right now, I think. They're not too bad at all. Maybe what I'll just do then is I'll just set the HQ. I think if I set the HQ to do a HQ build-up, it'll... Oh, I can't do it. I guess because he moved this turn. I think HQ build-up... Someone could correct me, of course, if I'm wrong, but I think HQ build-up goes ahead and stockpiles supplies for all the divisions under it. So it's a good way to prepare for a breakthrough. This one is this HQ here. Move him up there this way as well. We'll bring in the... This Panzer can come up here. So yes, we took Smolensk, which is really good, but I mean it was kind of delayed from what we were expecting to do. Honestly, I honestly would expected to take it fairly close after we broke through and created an envelopment around them, but I guess that's it's just too late now. Move up there. There we go. Try and get this one over here across the river, and this one. Can we even get these guys in? Oh, we can even get him into Smolensk, which might be helpful. Having an actual division in there to counterattack, or not to counterattack, to hold off a counterattack would be beneficial. And this division will pull in here, or not even a division; it's a regiment. So it's getting kind of sparse over here on the front lines, but it looks like we've managed to pull out most of our troops. We'll have to leave some of those infantry regiments in there behind the line so they can handle some of the issues with holding the line down there, especially with where our panzers were. So we had to pull the panzers out of the line, and now this regiment down here, for example, the 6th Corps, has sacrificed itself to hold the line down here. Let's actually move it up a little bit so it's in supply if we can. There we go. Hopefully next turn they'll be able to get these guys, the rest of this corps, the 7th Corps, into position so it can take up the positions of those regiments and those divisions of the 6th Corps. Elsewhere, though, these guys in the north I think are going to be fine as they refit and prepare to do whatever. So let's go ahead and try and destroy this pocket now if we can. We'll attack with 2 divisions here, and hopefully that should do it. And there we go. We're going to force those to surrender. So we take a motorized division, a tank division, and a rifle division, about 15,000 men. Maybe it's not great, but it's better than nothing. Now, I mean, I think I mentioned before bringing up another division, but I think I'm going to leave these guys spread out along the line here. Might even stockpile them up here and try and break through where the, I might do that. I might try and break through where the other division, the other Panzer group tried to break through. So I'll bring up a lot of these Panzer Corps up to the just north of the Oster River here. I'm just trying to think of where to start. Do we have enough? We don't really have enough guys to fill in the lines right now, so maybe that's not a good idea. Can move one over there, and we didn't even need that. So we'll bring up this guy over here. Bring up that one. That Panzer division can also come up here. This Panzer division can come up here as well. This infantry division can move right up there. So that's one Panzer Corps up there at least. That's good. Down here we have the other Panzer Corps, which we can probably pull out of the line if we can just get a little support in there for them. Nice. We should be able to do that. So let's go ahead, move him up here, and move this one up here as well. Again, really, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Really having to spread out the Fourth Army, the blue guys, as much as possible. We also have a little bit of the Second Army down there in the south, the lighter blue, but I think they're only one corps strong, so they're not going to be very helpful for filling in the line. We might have to break some of those units down. But in the south there's not really a lot of forces opposing us along the border, so it'll probably be easier for us to spread our forces out down there than in the north, where there's a lot stronger opposition. Can we pull these guys out? We move him up there, him down there, move this guy up here, and this regiment up here as well. This HQ can move up there now, and I think that's basically it, except for this corps, which is mostly infantry. So I think what I'm going to do is actually leave them down here for now. Might not be where they need to be exactly, but it's probably better to have them down there filling in the gaps in the line, just like always, you know, trying to keep those lines filled in so we don't lose what we've gained. And we'll pull this motorized division up here as well. So now it looks like we're prepared to break through again. We'll try and break through once more. I don't know where exactly we're going to do it. We might do it somewhere in this area. We might break through down here like this. We might try and go straight through like that. I'm not sure. Actually, this might be a really good spot because we can kind of avoid this river here if we can just stay on this side by advancing through it like that. We'll find out though next turn. For now though, I think we've got ourselves into a better position in the center, so at least our forces, our panzer divisions are more focused together and they'll be able to help each other out here. It looks like we're kind of starting to create a pocket even around Smolensk. If they keep themselves dug in here and we can break through this way and this way, we might be able to get a little bit of a pocket in there again, kind of how we have a pocket up in the north. Not a big pocket, but a little baby pocket that is better than nothing. And again, sorry, he's trying to put that thing down. Okay, and we can see Moscow just over here. So Moscow is within range as well. It's not going to be within range immediately, but it's getting very close, I guess. So maybe within range was completely the wrong expression to make at all, but it's getting closer. There's not really too many obstacles. The terrain is a lot better towards Moscow. As you can see here, there's a couple swamps, some swamps over here, but mostly light woods and clear terrain up that way towards Moscow. So we can kind of use that to our advantage. Maybe if we can kind of come up here and I don't know, I guess if we were to attack along this axis here and we were trying to force them up this way, maybe that would force them to defend along kind of an axis like this, where it would be easier to push them back this way, because we wouldn't have to be going through these swamps here anymore. And as you can see up here, the line looks like it's relatively thin. So if we can get up behind these airfields over here, we can kind of force this entire column here to either be surrounded or to spread out this way. It would force them to spread their forces out a lot more, and it would work to our advantage, where we can attack the weakest point instead of having to attack a defense in depth like this, where we can't really push through too far in any given turn because they have 3 or 4 hexes of depth there defending the line. So let's is there anything else we have to do here in the center? Actually, I think that's basically it though. I don't think I'm going to attack down here in the south. I think I'm going to let them be as they are. Oh, I can do this though. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave them as they are down there in the south for now anyways. Oh, that's it, he's out. That big river would probably be some trouble for me. We're across the river though in a couple places though. It might have made more sense to even bring the 1 Panzer Corps down here just north of, or just to the west of Gomo, and attack down this way instead of supporting Moscow, and maybe get a big surround here at Kiev by just streaking across the plains like this, and then meeting up with the other panzers, which are over here anyways. But it's too late now for that, I suppose. We're past that, so I think that's going to wrap it up here for Army Group Center. I think we're going to leave everyone else in where they are right now. We'll take it easy. We don't want to push them back too far. We'll give ourselves a chance to resupply, re-equip, and prepare ourselves for what's about to happen. And hopefully everything goes well here on the next turn. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.